A game master resolved your ticket and left the following response. Hello, Tim. I understand you're inquiring about the ban you received for your account due to a botting and wish to remove this ban. This ban has already been looked at and verified, confirming that there was exploitative in-game activity that will not be reviewed. Sadly, this is the final decision. We understand that these policies may seem harsh, but they are in place to ensure every player is able to enjoy their time in our games. Thank you for respecting our position and decision. How this might not is 100% a template reply. I mean, yeah, I mean, for legal reasons, for legal reasons, I feel like you're coping so hard by not understanding that for legal reasons, if they do decide they're upholding a ban, they'll send an exact template. They literally can't say like, I'm sorry, I'm not sure about it, you know, because then you can sue, right? For legal reasons, they have to say like definitively, we looked into it and we're upholding the ban. Like they have a template to use. I mean, they deal with like thousands of unbanned replies a day. Yeah, I feel like it's so cope to assume that you're gonna get this like personalized response that's like, we noticed that you were doing this, and this. You know, they also can't legally tell you what the exact ban reason was, like what the exploitative behavior was, but they can say they confirmed it, but they can't be like, you were doing this for botting, and then you're like, no, I wasn't botting at that time, right? No, you would for sure be able to if it was like if you paid for a, oh man, I know these things now because I'm married to a lawyer. If you were paying for a service and you broke the terms of agreements with that service, they are allowed to cancel all of your subscriptions with the service indefinitely. But if they unjustly cancel it, and it is very obvious and you can prove that they unjustly canceled it, technically it'd be like small claims because it's $14.99 a month or whatever. But you could also then be like emotional damages. People sue over the craziest. People sue over everything. It is insane. I've come to understand. And so they have to literally. They cannot be like, we noticed your bot was running from this time to this time in this location. They can do whatever they want. It's just like to think that you're going to get a personalized response for them saying we are upholding that ban when we have looked into it and have decided that this literally says already looked into it and verified, confirming that there was exploitative behavior, right? And the ban will not be removed. Like if they actually confirm that, like that's all they need to say. I'm all there with like the person being like, I wasn't botting, right? Like I'm all for someone saying I wasn't botting. You can be reported for hacking or bots. Those can get overturned. Mass reports are unreal, right? This is appeal before this. I got banned hacking when I wasn't. I think it was because I was spamming looking for work in chance, and after doing a long grind of Art Dawn, I wasn't hacking, so I'm confused right now. I'm just confused. The update. 2 of the other people, I did like 10+ hour grind with also getting banned for botting. We were in a call the entire time laughing and watching random shit. This action has been taken in accordance with our terms of service, which all players acknowledge these policies. All right, that's an automated, that's not even a person responding. See, it even says regards game master team. First of all, that's like their obvious automatic response at the start. And second of all, why wouldn't you like put any effort into your unban request? This is like the lowest effort unban request I've ever seen. It's like, update, I did a 10-hour grind. All of us were laughing and watching random shit. Like, if you give any sort of proof of anything, it's so helpful. It doesn't matter if someone's not looking into it, but they can they can go in and see the logs, right? This is obviously an automated response. This is a fucking automated response, obviously. But getting an actual response from someone, which he did in the first one, like, yeah, there's obviously a template that they use and specific verbatim that they use for upholding ban requests and saying that we are upholding the bans. It's I've seen people get unbanned. It's not because he said the word shit. It's just I've seen people getting unbanned. But yes, they definitely do have. I would assume that their system has like a automated, like if you say certain words or certain phrases, they also have like it's a policy to defend their own game masters from like depression of getting just like absolutely berated by people with their unban requests that are just being as rude as possible, right? So there's probably, that is probably what triggered this, which is a literal automated response. It's not a person. It's absolutely the epitome of an automated response. The issue is, now that you got an automated response, they have the right, without even having to look into it, that the ban, of just saying the ban has already been confirmed and verified, which is actually what this automated response technically is saying. Now you're screwed. They're GMs that put in the lowest effort. Do you realize how many unbanned requests they get, man? I feel like you're so coping. It's such a cope response. There's so many unbanned requests that happen every day. If like they can tell that something is obviously, they weren't like an unjust ban, then you'll get unbanned. Put in some effort into your unban request instead of saying, I think I got banned for some stupid shit. And then they're like, we looked into it, you actually did get banned. And this also could so easily be coping. Like the person responding with these messages could easily be coping. They could have done botting outside of just, luckily they also spent 10 hours with you guys farming rep, but they might have also been just banning. I mean, I'm botting outside of that, right? I mean, I know a ton of people that have gotten unbanned for getting unjustly banned. I know a ton of people who have gotten justly banned and said, it wasn't me, dude. I totally wasn't doing that illegal thing and breaking TOS, when I know that they were. Like, it's, I agree. I agree that like everyone should get a personalized response. I think there is an automated system, probably. I'm not there. I don't know. I'm just using some sort of, I don't know, rationale, that there is probably an automated system for when you say certain things and trigger words or trigger phrases that are hostile, you're probably getting an automated response that says, we have looked into it and confirmed that you are getting banned. They technically can do that for whatever they want. It's their service, and that's in the TOS, right? So like, it sucks, but yeah. If they can't tell the difference between cheats and non-cheating, dude, are you? Peo literally got unbanned already, right? Didn't he? Can someone confirm that Peo, his accounts have been unbanned? If there is a little thing called mass reporting, I would think that Peo and SaySafe and their communities of toxicity, I love both of them, but they can both have very toxic communities, would be mass reporting. Peo getting banned for botting when he's on stream 12 to 16 hours a day playing the game, it's pretty obvious that Blizzard just needs to say, look at it and be like, this account wasn't botting. Sure, you can say he's a bot, sure, but like, it's super obvious, right? Like, but your average person that's comparing themselves to like this streamer privilege that they're seeing right now, when they might have actually just been botting and are hard coping, right? Yes, in theory, a botter with 50 plus accounts can get anyone banned, and that happens all the time. If you were selling summons, or putting down even people that just at Scarlet Monastery last phase in phase 2 or whatever, 3, phase 2, at Scarlet Monastery, if you put down a lock portal so everyone around you could use it and start summoning people, the summoning mafia in their discords would actually mass report you. Yes, your ban would get overturned though, because Blizzard would just notice that that was in a mass report unjust ban. It would get overturned, but that literally is a thing. It's unironically a thing. If you were undercutting bots too much on the auction house, there are bot mafias that will mass report you and you can get banned. That shit is crazy. But the permaban things, if they're upholding the permabans to some people that are saying we got permabanned for exploitative behavior and hacks, I'm in all honesty more inclined to believe that maybe you were botting and you got permabanned luckily right after you also were doing a non-bot behavior with a bunch of people, so you're using that as your like, no, but look, you saying you're banning me because I was doing this, but they didn't say they were banning you for that, you know? Happens with enchanters on Lone Wolf EU ATM. There's a Discord mafia for minimum tip requirements. See? It is. People have these shadow mafias all over the place. They really do. And it is a real thing. So like you can get automated banned. Yes. Those automated bans usually get appealed very quickly. Does Payo have the perks of being able to bring this to attention a lot faster than others? Yes. Yeah, Blizzard openly admits that they auto ban. Everyone does auto bans. You quite literally could not run a service like this without some sort of auto banning system, right? But they also have people that respond to things to get you away from getting banned. But they also have automated responses if you like say hostile things. I'm just saying that. But I haven't watched the whole Stay Safe video, so.
You could even say degenerate players. They were out farming
Where's
This is some drama that happened 3 days ago.
All right, drama time.
Guildies of mine, very sweaty players.
Out there,
very sweaty,
please.
you could even say degenerate players.
Can you guys hear
They
it?
were out farming Argent Dawn reputation for 18.
It's really quiet though, huh?
This is some drama that happened 3 days ago. There are some guildies of mine,
there we
very
go.
sweaty players. Very sweaty, you could even say degenerate players. They were out farming Argent Dawn reputation for 18 hours straight in a big guild group. There was 15, sometimes 20 of them in the group at the time. And by the way, all of this farming was being streamed from multiple point of views on Twitch. So you have actual video live stream VOD footage of all this stuff happening. This is what they were doing. So they were out here farming Argent Dawn rep, like industrially as a group, a big raid group, killing the undead mobs as they spawn at the cauldrons. And they had another spot here, and they're farming Scourge Stones, right? They had another spot where they were over here. They had a group up on this log. And by the way, you can just run up on the log. You don't have to do any weird, like wall hacking stuff to get on the log. You just run up and jump on this thing. So the casters and healers were up here, and they had some other people, a tank and some melee DPS down below, hyper grinding the mobs trying to get Scourge Stones. And the reason why is because they wanted the plus 24 healing enchant. One of these guys is the Guild Enchanter. Now the problem is, at the end of this 18-hour grinding session, 3 of them have been banned, I believe permanently. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. Yeah, account closure. 3 of my guildies have been banned for this. And we're thinking, why? It says unauthorized cheat or programs or hacks. All 3 of them were doing the same farm. And so what we think happened, there was another group that was out there farming for the same mobs, competing for the same mobs. And there was some like kind of trash talk between the groups a little bit, just from the screenshots. And I kind of skipped through the VODs, just like kind of lighthearted trash talk. And what I think probably happened here was this other group that was competing for tags. I think there was probably a mass report type of scenario. And you guys have seen a video that I did probably 2.5 years ago. If you have enough people mass report someone, they will get banned. I've got a video talking about that years ago. That's a popular video. So we know how this mass report situation works. And so I would bet that in the heat of the moment, as these guys were competing for mob tags out here, I would bet that there was some mass reporting stuff. Okay. And so now 3 of the members of the guild, one of which is the main guild enchanter, has been permanently banned. He submitted an appeal here. Here's the follow-up. The action has been taken in accordance with our terms of service and in-game.
Yep.
They're not going to overturn the suspension. So now 3 of our like main guildies, one of which is the guild enchanter, who's farmed a bunch of other really difficult enchants to get, timber moss stuff, all types of stuff, has been permanently suspended. And so he messaged me. He said, hey, listen, maybe I got suspended because I'm using an enchanting advertisement macro for trade chat. He's, fire enchant. I have agility enchant. You guys know these enchanting macros. He's like, man, maybe that's what they thought was botting or something.
I think you should be able to get banned if you unjustly mass report. Like, Blizzard should be able to see that all of those reports came in at a very similar time, like within a very, very, very short span. And if it was like when they or overturn an unjust mass report, and they should ban all of those accounts. I'm not gonna lie. And there's gonna be, all people in the same group that were same guild. I think you should, if you unjustly mass report someone, I think it's a valid reason that you should get banned. That should be punishable. The bots do it all the time as their little bot mafias. They mass report people all the time.
I don't think so. I think this is a classic case of Blizzard automated mass report suspension situation. And this is what they were doing out here. And I think that they just got caught in the crossfire. I think that another group probably mass reported them, and now they are permanently suspended. So I'm going to make this video because I sympathize with these guys. If you're not doing anything wrong and another group mass reports you, and that's what seems to be the case here, that would be my guess. Because you listen, I know these guys are not botting. I know these guys. You can say that they're turbo nerds, they're degenerates, they're sweaty. Why are you playing so much World of Warcraft 18 hours a day?
And
sure, you can say that
country.
fair, but they shouldn't be permanently suspended for botting. That's ridiculous. And we know how this automated system works. And they submitted appeals. All of them have submitted appeals. They got rejected. Okay, so if anything, I'm doing my best. If I can make a video and get some attention on this, that would be great, because this is a little bit of a crazy situation. And because here's the deal, like, these are 3 like pivotal, important people in the guild. These guys are raid leading. They're doing the guild enchanter type of stuff. Okay, so maybe I can help out and make a video here. Chat, have you experienced anything like this? Real quick.
I think this is fair to say. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on there that they probably got mass reported. It potentially was a really bad move saying stuff like this in your appeal system, which might have gotten you flagged and then fucked. Blizzard could look into it and overturn it. Blizzard might have also actually legitimately looked into it and been like, outside of this farm you did, you actually were botting. So you were just using this farm as a scapegoat for if you got caught for your actual botting and you got banned. It is what it is. But it's unfortunate. It's a rough system. The entire system is pretty hard to go about, and you absolutely can get mass reported. You can, and you can get banned by getting mass reported. I think Blizzard should do something about that. I don't know what their ways of dealing with it is, but they're probably doing their best. But I think people should get banned for mass reporting others. Peyo getting banned because he most likely was mass reported by the bots, because Peyo just farms bots all the time. He literally kills all of the bots. They actually have discords and like communities, and they will log into 50 accounts and report your account. It's trash now. Ever since they cut hella GMs, you're just like repeating propaganda that was said to you without any proof whatsoever, right? You're just like making an assumption like they have nobody actually looking into this. They'll never deal with this. Like, that's just because other people are getting banned and like complaining and like yelling out that like frustration. They have a lot less GMs than they used to. I mean, they have a lot more players. They honestly might have more GMs, but GMs aren't allowed to have personalized responses and personalized situations, right? Like, you're not allowed to have a GM just be like, hey, I looked into this, let me move you really fast, like let me give you a character, or like, you know, like, oh, I saw that you didn't have this item and it dropped in there, let me give it to you real fast. Because those GMs get called out on Reddit or something and then get fucking fired for PR purposes, because it's not just Blizzard, it's Activision Blizzard King, which is owned by fucking Microsoft or whatever. Like, it's not they can't just casually do that anymore. They have to deal with this aggressive corporate system, which is so much stupid PR. And there's bans that don't get overturned, that get like permad, that shouldn't be a ban, right? There totally is. More often than not, someone was doing something, but absolutely. And Blizzard tries to do their best, but like they can't with the literal capacity, the amount of ban appeals they get is just like, it's also bot farmers just like script AI responses to appeal bans all day, like hundreds of thousands probably. I mean, not hundreds of thousands a day. That's fucking obnoxious, but you know.